Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Laswin and in this fine opportunity, I will be giving a presentations of list of export and import terms. So before we're moving to the presentation, I would like to say understanding export and import terms is very crucial for businesses to comply with regulations and to navigate the complexities of international trade to ensure smooth custom clearance processes by familiarizing ourselves with these terms. Companies can accurately classify their goods, provide their required documents, and avoid potential penalties or legal issues. And moreover, having a comprehensive understanding of export and import terms enable businesses or students to optimize its cost and understand or be informed about the decisions about international trades opportunities, effectively manage their supply chains, etc. This knowledge empowers businesses, students to engage in successful cross-border transaction and expand their market reach, maintaining a competitive edge in the global marketplace. And as a student, we need to be familiarized with these terms, both in export and import, to prepare ourselves if we are going to do business or to send something or to get something from abroad. So move on to the next slide. We have an important notice. So knowledge of import and export terminologies for businesses engage in international trade to be aware and to comply with the regulation to avoid legal issues and ensure smooth custom clearance and maintain good trade relationship with importing and exporting countries, as I said and stated previously. And we are moving to the term used in export and import. So that's we all would be covering in this fine opportunity. First, what is exporting and importing goods? Well, it is a movement of goods from one country to another. You want to export something to another country, or you want to get something from another country. And the second one is in code terms, it is stand for international commercial terms and are standardized trade terms used in contracts to define the obligations, risk, and cost of the buyer and seller during international trades. The third one is custom documentation and compliances. Documentation such as export declaration, commercial invoices, packing lists, and other relevant documents as per the custom regulations of both the exporting and importing countries. And this, this terms, custom documentation and compliances, all of this are very important and very basic knowledge of what export and import regulation needs. So as a student or as someone who are not familiar with export and import business, you must know the documentation from commercial invoice, packing list, and etc. This is the basics. And the next one is harmonized system. It is an internationally recognized system for classifying traded products. So yeah. Next one is Indonesian National Single Window, or in short is INSW portal. And it is a international national system that simplifies data submission, processing, and decision making for custom clearance and good release. So it is specifically and exclusive to Indonesian national system. And next one is BTKI, or is stands for Indonesia Customs Tariff Book. It is a official customs tariff book in Indonesia for determining customs, duties, and trade regulations. And the next one is Ketentuan Umum Menginterpretasi Harmonized System. So this terms is about rules. It is for interpreting and classifying goods based on the HS code. Yep. And the next one is a registered users, it is simply an individual or a business with account on the NSW portal, granting them additional privileges, such as displaying the code and descriptions of each unit, currency, package, country, domestic port, and overseas port. Uh, Although registered users is an option, but you need to be registered first. As for the free users, we the free users are allowed not to have an account on INSW portal, which in the form of username and password, but we can track the PEB or the BIP and also the licensing documents. Well, both free users and registered users has their own benefits and consequences of not having one of them. And do remember, guys, export term, import term are not very different after all. What I have stated might apply to import and also might apply for exporting. So export and import documentations terms are not really different, but some are different. So to remember that it is to be familiarized to both terms. And the next one is terms used in import. So it is, the first one is prohibited and restricted goods. Goods that are prohibited or have restrictions on their entry or exit from the custom areas, mostly dangerous goods and etc. Dangerous good needs documentations specifically for that dangerous good, and some goods needs needed a additional documentation. So always familiarize yourself with what goods you are going to export or import with. And the second one is tariff classification, the process of determining the appropriate tariff code or classification for imported goods. And the third one is the national security or public interest. It is a goods that pose a threat to national security, public interest, social culture, or moral community. The next one is international trade in fauna or flora. It is a trade involving animal or plant life listed in appendix cities or other prohibited list. So each country has different restrictions or rules or regulations. So be familiarized with the terms, the regulations of each international uh, countries. And the last one is environment and ecosystem. It is a goods that require safeguarding against damage to the environment and ecosystem. And in conclusion, exporting and importing goods involve various terms and regulations that govern the movement of goods across international borders. Do keep in mind again, as a students, we need to be familiarized with export and import terms and conditions to help and to prepare ourselves to the next for the next opportunity if we are dealing with business of importing or exporting goods to an international country. So that is my presentation. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.